Most people will hear this message and still do nothing. And that right there is the reason why 99% of people stay average their entire lives. Not because they are stupid, not because they lack talent, but because they are trapped inside something invisible, something comfortable, something that feels safe, and that thing is slowly killing their potential. The comfort zone doesn't feel dangerous. It feels warm. It feels familiar. It feels like I'll do it tomorrow. But tomorrow turns into years. Years turn into regret. And one day, people wake up at 40, 50, 60 years old asking the same painful question. What if I tried? If you're listening right now, don't skip this. This message might be the exact wake-up call you didn't know you needed. Let me tell you something no one likes to admit. Average is not an accident. Average is a choice. Every single day, people choose comfort over growth. They choose easy over effort. They choose excuses over responsibility. And they repeat that choice so many times that it becomes their identity. They don't say, I'm choosing to stay average. They say things like, I'm tired. I'll start next week. This is just how life is. Or, I'm not lucky like others. But deep down, they know the truth. They know they are settling. And settling slowly destroys self-respect. Before we go any further, if this message already feels uncomfortable, that's a good sign. That means it's hitting the truth. If you're watching this on Rise without noise and you want more real, no-fluff motivation like this, take 1 second right now. Hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Not later, right now, because what you consistently listen to shapes who you become. And if you stay till the end of this video, your mindset will not be the same. Here's the brutal truth. The comfort zone is not comfort. It is fear in disguise. Fear of failure. Fear of judgment. Fear of looking stupid. Fear of losing what little stability you have. So instead of chasing what you want, you protect what you already have. Even if it's making you miserable, you stay in the same job you hate. You stay around people who don't inspire you. You repeat the same routines, have the same conversations, and live the same days on repeat. And you call it normal life. But let me ask you something honestly. When was the last time normal built something great? When was the last time average effort created an extraordinary life? Never. Every successful person you admire had to step into discomfort before results showed up. They didn't feel ready. They didn't feel confident. They felt scared. But they moved anyway. Most people wait for motivation. That's another trap. Motivation is temporary. It comes and goes. Discipline is what creates freedom. But discipline feels uncomfortable at first, so people avoid it. They scroll instead of studying. They sleep instead of training. They talk instead of executing. And then they wonder why nothing changes. Here's another hard truth. Your environment is stronger than your willpower. If you surround yourself with average thinking, average habits, and average goals, you'll become average no matter how talented you are. People don't fall to the level of their goals. They fall to the level of their systems. And most people have systems designed for comfort, not growth. Think about this. The comfort zone rewards you immediately. You skip the workout. You feel relaxed. You avoid the hard conversation. You feel relief. You delay the work. You feel less pressure. But the bill always comes later. The pain is delayed, but it is heavier. Regret is heavier than effort. And by the time people feel that pain, years have already passed. That's why 99% stay average. Because they optimize their life for short-term comfort instead of long-term fulfillment. They want results without sacrifice, confidence without discomfort, success without struggle. But life doesn't work like that. Let me tell you a short story. Imagine two people starting at the same place. Same background, same opportunities. One person chooses discomfort. Wakes up early, learns new skills, takes risks, fails, gets rejected, feels embarrassed, feels tired, but keeps going. The other person chooses comfort, sleeps in, avoids risk, stays safe, avoids failure. 10 years later, the gap between them feels unfair. People say, "You got lucky." No, luck had nothing to do with it. One person paid the price early. The other paid it later. Comfort is addictive. Once you taste it, it's hard to let go. But growth demands sacrifice, and sacrifice demands identity change. You cannot become a new version of yourself while clinging to old habits. Something has to die for something better to be born. Most people don't fail because they aim too high. They fail because they aim too low and hit it. They don't believe they deserve more, so they stop trying. They let one failure define them. They let one bad year convince them that this is all life has to offer. But hear this clearly. You are not average. Your habits might be. Your mindset might be. Your actions might be. But those can be changed. The moment you step outside your comfort zone, your brain will fight you. It will say, this is risky. This is uncomfortable. What if it doesn't work? That's not intuition. That's fear trying to keep control. Growth feels chaotic. Improvement feels awkward. Progress feels lonely at first. That's why most people quit early. They mistake discomfort for danger. But discomfort is a signal that you are expanding. Every time you choose a harder option, you are voting for a better future. Every workout you don't feel like doing. Every page you read when you're tired. Every uncomfortable action you take builds confidence. Confidence is not built by thinking. It's built by doing hard things repeatedly. Rise without noise is not about loud motivation. It's about quiet consistency, about showing up when no one is watching, about building discipline when applause is absent, about becoming dangerous in silence. If you stay average, life becomes predictable, safe, but empty. If you chase growth, life becomes uncertain, but meaningful. You have to decide which pain you want, the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. And here's the part most people never realize. The comfort zone doesn't protect you forever. It shrinks. What once felt safe becomes suffocating. The job feels heavier. The days feel shorter. The dreams feel further away. And the scariest part is realizing you help build the cage you're living in. You don't break out of the comfort zone in one big move. You break it with small, daily decisions, doing the thing you don't feel like doing, starting before you're ready, taking responsibility instead of blaming circumstances. You don't need more time. You don't need more motivation. You don't need permission. You need courage. And courage is not the absence of fear. It's acting despite it. If this message is hitting you, don't keep it to yourself. Near the end of this video, I want you to do two things. First, share this with someone who needs to hear it, but won't search for it themselves. Second, drop a comment saying, I choose growth. Not for me, for you, because when you declare it publicly, you raise a standard for yourself. The world doesn't reward potential. It rewards execution. And the gap between average and exceptional is not talent. It's tolerance for discomfort. So the next time you feel resistance, don't run from it. Lean into it. That feeling is the doorway. That's where your next level is hiding. You can stay average. Most people will. Or you can choose the uncomfortable path, the quiet grind, the disciplined life, the road that few are willing to walk. The comfort zone will keep you safe, but it will never make you proud. The choice is yours.